The following is a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.
The New York Riptide return home for the first time in over a month as it's the lone NLL game on this Friday night. We jumpstart Week 14 from NYCB Live, home at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, where it's the second of three regular season meetings between the New England Black Wolves and the New York Riptide. Welcome inside Nassau Coliseum with former Cornell standout and NLL champion Mitch Belisle. I'm Dave Leno. Danny Wexelman will join us shortly. Mitch, let's rewind back to December 27th when these two teams last met. New York was up 2-0 in that game. Then New England scored 11 unanswered. How can New York have a better performance tonight against their East Division foe?
Well, New York is excited to get back out, try to avenge that loss. They've learned a lot. They've had a lot of tough lessons since that game, so they're excited. A little bit of a new look offense, which we'll talk about, and they want to get out and compete tonight. They're going to have to do that by limiting number 98, Callum Crawford.
And on that note, the big news coming in tonight, the New York Riptide in the bye week traded their top scorer, Tyler Digby, to Colorado for 2 future draft picks. So how does Tyson Gibson, the number 1 overall pick, help fill that void?
Yeah, you talk about the youngest team in the league getting even younger. Tyson Gibson, their number 1 pick, the youngest player on the team, he's going to have to step up big. But you know what? He learned a lot of lessons that he can take from Digby. He's going to do a good job of using those and also using the space that gets vacated by taking Digby out of the lineup.
And with more on Tyson Gibson, here's Danny Wexelman.
Tonight is a family affair as Tyson's dad, Daryl, will be on the opposing bench as an assistant coach for New England. So I asked Tyson, what has he learned from his dad? And he said that he and his dad actually just work 10 minutes apart, so they get lunch a few times a week together. And his dad has taught him how to balance work and life. Tyson gets up at 5 a.m. every morning to work out before he suits up as a research analyst at a hedge fund. And as for his mom, Aggie, well, she's taught him everything else in life. Dave.
Thank you very much, Danny. And also on offense, Connor Kelly has 6 goals in the last 2 games. He's been way more consistent in the latter half of this season. How has he progressed in his second year in the NLL under your watch?
Well, Connor Kelly has that explosive burst. He has that change of direction. So without Digby in the lineup, that gives him a little bit more room to operate and do what he does best, and that's breaking his man down one-on-one and getting opportunities or dishing the ball up. So look for him to beat his man one-on-one and have a little bit more space to operate once he gets that step.
So New York tonight is going up against New England, who's half a game out of first place, just behind the Philadelphia Wings. This is a team that started off, Mitch, 4-0, have since gone 1-3 in the last 4. On faceoffs tonight, we'll focus on Joe Nardella, who's 21 of 30 against Woodall the last time these two met.
I played with Joe Nardella on the Boston Cannons in the Outdoor League. He is a fierce competitor. These two battled it out. Nardella had the edge in the first game. Woodall's excited to have another crack, and that's a big area of focus for Coach Thorpe and the team, is winning those one-on-one matchups at the face-off dot so they can get more possessions and more offensive looks.
And with more on the face-off tonight, here's Danny again.
Those two guys are going to be at the center of it all, literally, Alex Woodall and Joe Nardella. They lead the league in rookies in face-off percentage, and they're in the top 4 in all of the league in face-off percentages. Pretty big deal, guys. And on top of it all, they're friends. They're good friends. Alex works for Joe at the face-off factory. So I asked Alex, what's it going to be like to face Joe tonight? And he said he's a tough opponent. They probably won't even look at each other in the eyes. And I asked Joe, what's it going to be like to face Alex? And he said, this is one of those games that you circle on the calendar, the one that you train extra hard for, because he knows there's bragging rights on the line. And one thing that both of these guys could agree on is that the mental side of this position is just as important as the physical side. Dave.
Thanks, Danny. A lot of anticipation for tonight's East Division matchup as the Riptide look for their second home win, while the Black Wolves search for their 6th win of the season to stay neck and neck with the Wings. The face-off from Long Island is coming up next. BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And now time for tonight's Inactive Report, brought to you by BetMGM. For head coach Reggie Thorpe, he'll be without Jake Fox, the 6'3", 220-pound player from Johns Hopkins, and Ethan Schott is also out as well. Here's Danny Wexelman with Connor Kelly. Danny.
Connor, you've got your dad, your hero, in the stands, along with mom, brother, babysitter. How excited are you to be back on home turf and play in front of family and friends?
It's what it's all about, you know, to play in front of family and friends. I truly love doing it, so I'm excited to put it on the floor here.
Connor, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dave?
Danny, thank you very much. It's the lone matchup at Week 14 of the NLL slate. There's a look at Glenn Clark. His team has been off to a great start this year, playing in their 9th game, just a half a game behind the Philadelphia Wings. And also, Mitch, your former team, Georgia, is right behind New England, so it's a big one tonight for Clark's group.
Yeah, New England got out to a very hot start, went through a little bit of a skid, and then has won their most recent against Rochester. So Goa Abrams with the start tonight. He will be the one trying to stop them and put that loss, that skid, going again for the Black Wolves.
And we're underway tonight at NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. New England in orange and the New York Riptide in blue. And for Abrams, his first start this year, his second career start in the NLL. Last year playing with Philadelphia, and started and won a game against Georgia. So on offense, here is New England coming in at 5-3 this year. Keep an eye on O'Connor running at the top. They were looking for Resetarits there, and the loose ball gobbled up by Rannigan.
And that's what you like to see for Coach Smith, is creating that turnover early.
Gray was denied there by Doug Jamieson between the pipes. He's second in the NLL and at 8.98 goals against average, and he's had a great start to the season. Resetarits fires. That was blocked out in front by Wagner, the Marquette product. Loose ball won there by Radzowitz in transition, and it's Wagner once more across the center line.
Wagner's a guy who's looked better and better as the season has progressed. He's physical, he's athletic, he can do a lot of things to create turnovers and havoc in the D end.
All right, Mitch, take us through your keys to tonight's game.
Keys to the game, first off, the Black Wolves, they're going to want to get Callum Crawford the shots. He is the hot hand. He scored 14 points last time these teams were out, so they want to get him the ball. And for New York, it's going to be about getting strong possessions.
Caleb Crawford is in his 3rd year with New England, 3rd in the NLL with 55 points. This year comes in with 23 goals, accompanied by 32 assists. And in his 15th year in the NLL, Mitch, he just seems to get better as his career has progressed in the indoor game.
Yeah, and I played with Callum Crawford on the Swarm, and he is just he is a great player, and he's going to get an opportunity here on the power play, as there was an illegal substitution by the Riptide.
So odd man up, and right on cue, it's Caleb Crawford with his 24th goal this year. 1-0 New England on the power play.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning about Callum Crawford, he's just gotten better. I think part of that is he understands his role on the team, and with the Black Wolves, he likes having the ball in his stick. You can see right there. He saw a shot right away, he took it, and he can paint those pipes just on that inside corner. That's a great shot on a power play. That's something that Coach Thorpe wants, is to get out in his gloves, make him work hard for it. It's tough when you're man down, though.
There's a look at Reggie Thorpe. He says that his team wants to get off to more better starts because, Mitch, we go back before the bye week of that Georgia game. It was a team that outscored the Swarm 6-3 in the second half. This team has been good in the 3rd and 4th quarters. What has gone wrong in your eyes in the 1st and 2nd quarters of games for New York?
It's really been the 2nd quarter. I think they've gotten into a little bit of a trouble, especially against the Swarm, with offensive turnovers, and with that long change back, that can often result in transition for the other team. So they want to do a good job of getting the ball down to their corners when they're on offense and making sure they're taking care of it.
O'Connor with the swim move there. Fournier went for the loose ball behind the cage. It's gobbled up by O'Connor once more over to Resetarits, who navigates around 2 men for New England in orange. 6 seconds to go. Dunk opportunity denied there. Beautiful defensive play for the New York Riptide, and they'll come down the opposite way. It was Suter on defense for New York. Over to Rannigan.
Resetarits, another player having a great season for the Black Wolves.
From this left-hand side, Kelly with some space, tried to dump it down low to Gibson. Chetner scoops it up with 13 to go on the shot clock. Gets the pick inside there by Lomas. Again, it's a team that we've documented from the outset having to adjust without Digby. Lomas with a chance that went wide, and the loose ball handled here by New England.
Beautiful up pick there by Dan Lomas. He comes from the bottom, sets that pick, and then just immediately runs. So he's almost just bumping his man, getting that half step on him, and then sprinting to the cage. He's got to bury those in front, though. Those are opportunities that don't come around. Smart play there by Dan McRae. He doesn't even know it. He just drew a penalty just by picking up that ball right away and running right at the New England defenseman.
Todd LeBlanche is our crew chief tonight. Let's get the call.
New England, number 26, minor penalty, delay a game.
So it's Jackson Nishimura, his second year with the Black Wolves, going into the box in the first power play tonight for the Riptide.
So Dave, when there's a turnover like that, it's your responsibility as a defensive player to give a player 5 yards to allow him to have some space to operate. Now Nishimura didn't back off, so Dan McRae picks it up, starts running, he runs right into Nishimura, and there you go, you get a penalty. So that's a smart heads-up play by a savvy vet, even if he didn't know he got the penalty.
And for the first time, Mitch, we'll see how New York operates without their top point getter in Tyler Digby.
Yeah, their power play is 9th in the league at 19 for 42. This is an area where they need to improve, and the Young Bucks are going to get a lot of reps now. And there we go, right on
Jean-Luc Shatner with the power play goal, levels it at 1.
Anything you can do, Shatner can do as well. He just steps up, sees an opening, and puts that thing 5-hole. Nothing special, no play drawn up. A little bit of a draw there by Tyson Gibson to create that space, and catches Jamison stepping over as he makes that step. Opens up that 5-hole, and Jean-Luc Shatner just pops that right between the legs.
9 seconds into the man advantage there for Jean-Luc Shatner, his 11th goal this year. Played his college careers at Richmond and Towson as well, starring for the Israeli national team in the World Games. And we'll focus again on Nardella and Woodall. Nardella was 27 of 36 the last time these two met. This time it's won by Alex Woodall, who's strengthening his performances here. And that's a good spin move there for Fournier behind the back to Suter. That was knocked down in front nicely by Nardella out there as well defensively.
Andrew Suter, former captain of the New England Black Wolves, so he knows a lot of this team and a lot of their staff. He's excited to get a piece of them.
And Suter getting the A tonight will be an assistant captain with Tyler Digby moving on to Colorado.
Coach Thorpe talked about his experience and leadership, really stepping up.
Durston with the sidewinder went wide, almost scooped up there by Rye. We'll go back the opposite way with a 3-on-2. Here's Jones, the two-time national champion from Duke. Jones, crease dive denied by Jamison, but his foot was in the crease. Back to New England.
Miles Jones still looking for his first NLL goal. Tries to use a little hitch, change of direction. Out of that toe might have still been out of the crease there. Nice take for him. I like that.
LeBlanc is dealing in the quarter. Ressa Terrence went wide towards that back post of Goa Abrams, making his first start tonight. On this left-hand side, intended for Crawford. It was rocketed away. And here comes New York back in transition and looking much quicker and cleaner in the transition game from the outset, Mitch.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Smith about defensively. They want to put some pressure on the ball, and it is throwing the Black Wolves off right now. The Black Wolves look very out of sync, and it's sparking, like you said, that transition from the D end to the O end.
Chetnut, 1 goal scorer so far for New York. Thorpe, that diagonal pass. It's scooped up there by Longboat, who's making his 7th game. It was wide by Kelly, that time of Jamison. Jean-Luc Shatner went again for Longboat there, but was denied defensively.
And most importantly, when that pass was made down to Longboat, everyone else subbed off. They knew there was 3 seconds left in the shot clock. That's good, smart clock management there by the Riptide.
Crawford there, marked 1v1 with Wagner. Man coming out of the front door here, and it goes into the netting, back to New York.
Radzewicz, great poke check there, just breaking down, getting his stick out in front. It doesn't matter if you're teaching box lacrosse or field lacrosse. If you can get players to break their feet down, chop those feet, and keep their stick in front of them, good things will happen defensively.
Here's the St. John's product, Kieran McCardle back on there at the top, gets it on cue, but couldn't cradle it in his stick, and outside the zone. McCardle has 13 to go on the shot clock here. Over to this left-hand side, Gibson gets the seal by Kelly with space, went low, Jamison wasn't fooled. Jamison, long outlet the opposite way, searching for Watkinson. Abrams is there towards the near side of his cage. He's checked there. Nishimura, who came out of the box, scooped up once more by Watkinson. A good check by Gibson and company, and Jones picks it up for New York. Delayed call, though.
Great swarming defense there by New York. They're also going to get an advantage because of it. Watkinson has been hot in transition, so great job collapsing, knocking down all those loose ball, those second chance opportunities. and drawing the penalty. This is exactly what you want if you're Coach Thorpe on the blue side.
6-on-5 here. Chetner thought about it on this right-hand side. Lopez went for Gibson, short side. New England has to touch it, and they will with Adam Bomberry. At least he tried there and finally got some help with Creighton Reed, and we'll get the call from the officials. Going to step aside as well as New York is about to go on the power play. A terrific start for the New York Riptide after the Calum Crawford goal. Jean-Luc Chetner on this right-hand side with the equalizer as we're level at 1 in the first. The goal scorers for New England and New York respectively were level at 1. Tomorrow the NLL Game of the Week moves to Buffalo as Josh Byrne and the Bandits welcome Stephen Keogh and the Thunderbirds to the KeyBank Center. Catch all the action on BR Live, Twitter and Facebook starting at 7 Eastern. Watkinson in the box for unsportsmanlike. Man up here for New York. It is a 1-1 game. Again, New England, keep in mind, is at the top in penalty kills as well. Jameis and company handled that as they were defensively 4 in the box, and here comes New England shorthanded. What did you make of the call there on sportsmanlike against Watkinson?
Yeah, it was behind the play. I actually didn't catch it, but it was interesting. We heard the referees talking. That wired up is so cool. We heard them saying that Watkinson, another player, a Riptide player's stick was next to him out of their hands, and he actually picked it up and threw it further away from the Riptide player. So that's going to be an unsportsmanlike call. Refs caught it. We didn't. Riptide benefit.
So here's the Black Wolves, man down here, 1:15 to go with the man advantage, and they just dump it in as the horn was going to sound on the shot clock. Another opportunity here for the New York Riptide on the power play, which they've really improved, as Mitch documented 45% success rate at 9th in the NLL against the top penalty kill unit in New England, also the top power play unit as well.
Yeah, New England strong special teams play, something that Riptide got to improve if they want to have success coming down the line here.
Jamison slid to his right. Another chance here for New York on the man up. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Kelly navigating things at the top to the left. Gibson, the #1 overall pick, got the seal, but couldn't slip it through. Lomas went behind the cage. Up top again, Gibson, rocket shot, and it goes high and wide and cleaned up by Adam Bomberry.
Good look there. You see the Riptide really like to go behind the goal with that pass. That gets the defense to turn their head and sometimes open things up. They skipped it over the top for Gibson. He had a good look there, just went a little wide.
John LaFontaine, one of their assistant captains, came off as Crawford is just dwindling the shot clock here, trying to kill off this man down. Crawford's on the left, right around the captain, Danny McCray. Swims around McCray and went to that back post, but Abrams was right there. And it will be a shot clock violation as Jordan Durston just throws it up and goes back into his bench. Then Clark's team is navigated with their offensive coordinator, Darrell Gibson, their defensive coordinator, Clem Durazio. As Kelly was going to that back post there, was checked there just a moment ago by Creighton Reed.
And one thing to look for, you'll see number 6 back on defense. That's Kieran McCardle. He's primarily played offense at the beginning of the year. They said they're going to have him drop back and play some defensive shifts, so that way they can push transition, take away the reverse transition. It'll be interesting. He's still going to have to learn a little bit on that defensive side, although he did play some out the D door at his time in Toronto.
Radigan has the loose ball there around 2 men. John Radigan with space had a goal like this earlier this year. Chetner thought about it down low. Searching inside for Gibson to no avail.
And a couple kind of toss-away possessions for both teams. Neither team has looked like they've gotten into a rhythm or a flow. Probably to the Riptide's advantage right now because they're creating a lot of havoc for the Black Wolves offense, which traditionally is pretty set.
Crawford, diagonal pass there. The shot denied there. O'Connor with the chance. Abrams said no. Good start for Goa Abrams tonight. It's McCray on the opposite end. 3v3 here, and it's going to come off on a change. It's Lomas with some space. Lomas, and it hit the pipe. Loose ball, though, picked up. Here's transition for New England. They're dangerous at that. LaFontaine now on the left-hand side. Diagonal pass inside there, looking for LeBlanc, and Abrams had other thoughts.
Nice job by Abrams there, waiting out LeBlanc, being patient. not coming across from pipe to pipe too fast and opening anything short side. And there is Kieran McArdle going
with the go-ahead goal. Kieran McArdle, his 9th of the year. 2-1 Riptide.
And this is exactly why Coach Thorpe wanted to have Kieran McArdle play some defense. That allows him to stay in and get in these kind of, they're not quite transition, but it's a little bit of settled offense. And that gives him a little bit more space. He is so dangerous with that sidearm mid-range shot. That is his shot. You look back at his highlight reel, so many of those goals. It's tough for a goalie to read. He does a nice job of wrapping it around his defender, and he's made a ton of success with that.
Technical violation here on Woodall will belong to New England. And Mitch, you touched on this about how New York's defenders are disrupting this offense by New England. Guys like Radzowitz having a great start tonight. John Wagner, Suter as well. They've been great from the outset defensively, led by the defensive coordinator Joe Smith for the Riptide.
Yeah, and Coach Smith, I had a good conversation with him before the game. He talked about it was really the second half against the Black Wolves where they started playing this pressure-based defense. And it's taken some time, taken a little while to get used to it, but now you can see it's starting to work, and it's funny, it worked well at the very, very late stages against the Black Wolves, and now it's working again early as they have a lead on them, 2-1 early.
Errant pass here, and up the opposite way is LaFontaine. As a runner on this right-hand side, if he opted for the diagonal pass to Watkinson, but couldn't find him. 5 minutes to go in our first quarter. It's Crawford with the twister there, and Abrams gobbles it up, makes himself big. Will take us to another timeout. It is a 2-0 spurt for the New York Riptide, back at home for the first time in over a month. Shetner and McArdle with the last 2 goals. 2-1 Riptide for Reggie Thorpe's team over New England. Back in a moment.
Hey, welcome back. I'm with Riptide head coach Reggie Thorpe. Coach, what went into the decision to start Abrams in net tonight?
Just give an opportunity. We're 1-9 and just looking for a spark.
And as far as the pressure goes, Kieran McArdle, how dangerous is he when he plays 2 ways?
Yeah, he'll do anything for the team. We're asking him to do a lot tonight for us offensively and defensively.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Dave?
Thanks, Danny. Yes, he has to be really pleased with the play of Goa Abrams. He's come up with some timely stops tonight, Mitch.
Yeah, he's a big body. He takes up a lot of net, and I think his patience in the net, he doesn't jump on fakes. That allows him to stay in position as those fakes happen. A lot of times, offensive players anticipate that movement by a goalie, and he does a really nice job of being patient on all those.
Reggie Thorpe said he's a young guy in NLL experience. Was also with Buffalo in previous years on the practice squad. It was with Philadelphia, as we documented last year as well. Plays a goalie for the U.S. indoor team and played well in the Worlds. Here's O'Connor that hit the pipe there for New England. Scooped up here by Malcolm. Swimming to his left. Possession retained here for New England. Down a goal. Crawford in possession. Out to the right-hand side now. And they'll get a few changes with Ressa Terrence coming back on the floor.
The Riptide got lucky there with a pipe. There was a little bit of miscommunication. It looked like there were still numbers even long after that pipe. So New England's really pouring it out of the box, trying to get that man advantage on that transition.
Here's Crawford with 3 to shoot there. Just dumps it in, seeing that shot go wide. Watch all the action from around the National Lacrosse League this season on BR Live. Choose an annual, monthly, or per-game pass. For more info, visit NLL.com/BR Live. 2-1 New York over New England. Dave Leno, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexel, and our entire MSG crew. It's Gale Thorpe with the shot, but it's steered aside there by Jamison. Battle for it towards the quarter, and now behind the cage. Scooped up there by LaFontaine. And here they come in transition with Nick Shakowski. It's a New York team coming in at 1-9, looking for the second win this year. Their lone victory was in overtime, 13-12 over the Georgia Swarm against New England at 5-3, a half the game out of first. Here's Crawford around one man. On this give-and-go game, was looking there for his teammate in Rye, but it was picked off by Jones and company. Radzowitz on a 2v1 as McCray to the right-hand side and finds him. Here's McCray, the captain, around one man, the shot, and Jamison was there to close his legs nicely.
And Miles Jones had a clear breakaway, but just couldn't quite corral that ground ball. They still ended up with a little transition, but great job. That pressure defense that Coach Smith talked about, but now they got to get back, and this is where they have to get these numbers back in the hole.
Yeah, Crawford was just cherry-picking back there, almost went behind the back, now time to Malcolm, and will settle here like he often does on this left-hand side. Fournier all over him. Suter's also there on the double if they want it here. Shot from the top by Q is wide. We haven't called his name all that much here from the start of this game.
And he was the assumed #1 pick heading into the entry draft. Last year, people thought this guy is going #1 to New York Riptide, and sure enough, it was Tyson Gibson that they actually went with, Q falling to #3, and the New England Black Wolves were really excited to get him with that 3rd pick.
Has 9 goals, 17 assists, give him 26 points, which is tied 3rd among rookies. This left-hand side, it's Kelly. That went wide on the twister there. He's trying to get his own loose ball and does successfully there as he navigates over Watkinson. Saw Tyson Gibson a moment ago, and the shot is through for New York once more. It's 3 straight for the Riptide, and it's a 3-1 game.
And Travis Longboat coming back for his first game in over a month, showing how he can be an asset to this team. And the biggest thing, the thing that started all this is that Connor Kelly play. One, to out-hustle the Black Wolf player to the ball, and then to flip that backwards over his head. That is the athleticism that by getting Digby out of the lineup, that gives him a little bit more room, a little bit more space to use that athleticism. With box across, you don't have a lot of room. So by taking one more body out of that right side, you let Connor Kelly make some of those plays, and Travis Longboat does a nice job of finishing the job.
His 3rd goal of the season, a rookie in the NLL, also with his 4 power play assists. That's 2nd among rookies, and we mention that because here's a guy that's been in and out of the lineup, but he means so much to the team when he gets on the floor and gets some minutes.
Yeah, and he's typically an assist guy. You talked about those assist numbers being the big numbers, so it's great to see him able to put the ball in the back of the net as well.
Jankowski on the turnover there on the forecheck, nicely done by Suter. And comes back out top to the center of the floor here for Riley O'Connor. O'Connor met by Bomberry here on this 1v1. Resetarits on this left-hand side, wides and fires there. Good stick check there by Radigan. Resetarits again. Again, Radigan does beautifully. Here's Miles Jones with another opportunity, 1v1. Caleb Crawford helping back, playing both sides of the ball here. He'll come off on the change along with Jones. How have you liked Jones progressing in the indoor game? A lot of fans watching it there know what he does on the outdoor side, both in the PLL and what he did at Duke. How about in the indoor box game?
He's coming along probably exactly on schedule. You know, without a ton of practice time, his main reps are in game. So he's got to learn on the fly, and he's been doing a great job of it. Coach Thorpe talks about he wants to absorb as much information as he can. He's hungry to learn and to get better, and it shows. He's getting better game by game. He's just so big and so physical, he can kind of dictate where players go, and that's his biggest asset, is using that size and physicality.
On this left, it's Kelly, gets around one man there. Jamison handles it clearly, and there's the outlet on this left-hand side to Brett Mandy, the Newtown, Pennsylvania native in Holy Gross Pep product, and also a player who starred at Delaware, getting them to a Final Four.
A Final Four.
And I mentioned all that because that's my neck of the woods. Holy Ghost Prep in the background in Newtown, PA.
Yeah, and that Final Four was also same year I was in the Final Four. We were actually the other side of the bracket, Cornell versus Duke, and Delaware versus Johns Hopkins.
Here's McCray, 9 seconds to go in the quarter there, met by one. Last-ditch effort here for Fournier. 3 seconds ago, Fournier 1v1, scoop shot on the left-hand side wide, and that will take us to the end of the first frame. But what a start for the New York Riptide. A change. They're up 3-1 after the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is exactly where they'd hoped to be, and the big thing here is that second quarter letdown, which has plagued them the last few games. They got to make sure they stick to their game plan, eliminate the transition, and keep pouring it on offensively.
Crawford got the scoring started for New England, then Chetner, McCardle, and Longboat. At the end of one from NYCB Live over the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, 3-1 New York Riptide. Start of the second quarter from NYCB Live, and it's the New York Riptide up 3-1 over New England. If you love the NLL, you'll love all the highlights on our social channels. Get the best goals, saves, and action during the games and during the week on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and NLL.com. Devin Caney and the staff of the NLL do a marvelous job every week, and I saw the one big thing that they did on the playoffs, Mitch, as well, and New England comes into this game. If the season ended today, they would be in a 4-5 matchup against the Toronto Rock. So you have two teams from each division making the playoffs, and then your wild card teams at the 7th and 8th spot. I think it's a great way the NLL is navigating the playoffs.
Yeah, I love the setup. I'm excited to see some of these matchups. That North Division is an absolute killer, so it's going to be wild coming down the stretch here, as it always is in the NLL, and that's something the fans can be excited about, is that new playoff format with the additional teams and potentially seeing some teams that maybe we haven't seen in the playoffs before.
Yeah, Halifax right now is the 1 seed. They would be pitted up against the Swarm at the 8. On this right-hand side, LeBlanc, and Abrams making the start, says no. Fresh 30, though, here for the Black Wolves, down by 2 goals. Even strength here on the floor. Crawford's out there on the left-hand side. LeBlanc again over the top, denied it, almost hit Woodall. Suter there in transition, went over the top. Let's see if the New York Riptide can get it in McRae. He cannot, as Adam Bomberry bursted out of the front door for New England. Suter understanding the backspin that gets put on the ball, tried to just float that one up there for McRae, but unfortunately was just a little bit too far ahead of him. O'Connor went wide there on the overhead shot here. Bomberry trying to catch it, and he will with the cradle there over on this left-hand side to Suter. So you have the cousins playing one another, and Adam Bomberry against Tyson Bomberry for New England and New York respectively. Can't forget Brendan as well in the NLL too. Another cousin out there, a lot of family ties. Gibson again went over to Lomas. Gibson's dad, Darryl, as Danny documented in our open, is an assistant coach with New England. On this right-hand side, Lomas with the Seals here. McCardle now over to the left-hand side. Gibson, the #1 overall pick. Diagonal pass on the right, Lomas. And Jamison's come up big despite his team being down 2 goals this evening.
We heard the referees talking amongst themselves at the break, talking about watch Dan Lomas. He's setting hard picks, so he's really throwing his body around. He's not the biggest guy, but he definitely throws that body around. So make sure that keep an eye on him, because the refs are certainly going to be watching.
It was McCardle on Crawford that time. Here's Durston on this right-hand side on the give and go, was searching for LeBlanc, and LeBlanc has it, but was looking inside for Rye, who wasn't ready for it.
And for the casual fan, that little sliver right there where LeBlanc sets the pick, rolls, there was maybe a half inch for that ball to get through, and they put that ball there. The chances of him missing that are pretty slim. He usually catches that one. So Miles Jones still learning that 2-man game there. He's got to take away that space and really jump out on that double team right away.
On this left, Kelly over to Longboat, down low on this left-hand side. Trying to spin around his man in Nardella. Longboat gaining space, looking for a second, went wide of that short post there. Nardella was all over it. Both Nardella and also Alex Woodall, the 2 face-off guys, are getting time defensively for the respective teams.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point. You hadn't traditionally seen the FOGO, quote-unquote FOGO for lacrosse plus face-off, get-off. You hadn't seen them in the NLL, and as players have gotten better and better at being able to do more, be athletes, you're seeing more of these guys get it into the NLL, which is exciting.
What was in the crease that time as Ressa Terrence was right inside amid Goa Abrams. Keep an eye on him peeling off that back shoulder of a defensive player down low for the New York Riptide, moving forward, and we come the opposite way with Kelly and company. Kelly gets it back on the return on this left-hand side. Thought about the 2-man game with Gibson, and now they opt to go right with Gale Thorpe. Kelly again in the offensive zone here on this left. Gibson opts to go right now. Kelly again went down low as it went off of the man in LaFontaine and then just dumped in to New England zone, and that's good. We mentioned the fundamentals of the game, dumping it in when the shot clock is dwindling.
Yeah, that's smart play, making sure there's not too many players that are jumping down and pushing down too low. So that's something that as much as you see a look there at Daryl Gibson, as much as he likes seeing that from his son making the right play, not when he's on the other team.
Crawford scores his second tonight off the loose ball, and it's 3-2. Right place, right time for Callum Crawford.
A nifty little play there by Crawford. He faked like he was going to dump that ball behind him and then took the shot. I think that's something that that was a slick little play. He almost like tilted his head and his shoulders back. That tiny little fake opened up that Goa Abrams gap and allowed him to put that right over his far shoulder.
Second goal tonight, 25th this year. It came into this game only behind Mitch Jones and Shane Jackson. And let's see how Reggie Thorpe and his team handle this stretch. It is their second ever lead as we are before halftime. Let's go down to Danny with more on Crawford. Danny.
A friendship between Callum Crawford and Ryan Fournier has taken place, guys. Not only do they work together in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they're lacrosse coaches, but Callum Crawford has been Ryan Fournier's mentor since high school.
Danny, thank you very much. It's awesome to see that these guys are duking it out there on the floor against one another. A lot of familiarity between all these players, also playing against each other in the PLL. Inside there, looking for one off. He gets his second tonight. It's 4-2. And what a slip there for the New York Riptide.
Travis Longboat is saying to Coach Thorpe, if you're not going to put me in, I'm going to make you pay. So he does such a nice job there. We talk about just small gaps. He sets that little seal, he slips into the gap, and then a little bit of a twister by pushing his bottom hand and snapping with that top wrist. That's something I could talk about but can't do with a stick because I'm a lowly defenseman. But what a finish there by Travis Longboat. Second of the game, fourth of the season. He's already doubled his total just in this first half alone.
From Six Nations, Ontario, drafted in the third round in 2014, and he's had the number tonight of Doug Jamieson so far. Great to see a Longboat out there delivering on both sides of the ball. Scooped up there by LaFontaine. He comes out on a change as well. Shikoski will also come off as they get their offensive players back out there on the floor. Good stick tip there by Tyson Bomberry. Keep an eye on Crawford on that left-hand side, marked by Ranigan. On this right, it's Riley O'Connor. Back to Crawford here. Gets the seal by Reciteris to the right. LeBlanc takes a hop and goes into the netting behind the cage.
And Reciteris was wide open on that backside. They're lucky there. He slipped off that pick. If they had looked across crease, he was there. So they just need to do a good job on that two-man off-ball side of talking through those picks and switching up those matchups.
Kelly, man on the front door, as long as with the shot, and Jamilson wasn't full that time. Doug now on the outlet here to Nishimura on the right. He comes up the floor, has a man here towards his right, and Ty Logan. Hops to go to Bomberry. He'll come off of the change, along with his fellow teammate there, and Ty Logan. Crawford on the right there, got the pick inside, now went for LeBlanc, goes into the crowd as he couldn't cradle it. And that will take us to a timeout. 9:35 to go in our first half. Callum Crawford with one of the goals of this second quarter, along with Travis Longboat and Goa Abrams with a fantastic start tonight. It's 4-2 on Long Island.
Maintaining the highest ethical standards.
Welcome back. I've got New England's head coach, Glenn Clark. Coach, as you watch this game in real time, you're facing a more experienced New York team. What adjustments are you looking for your guys to make right now?
You know, it's simple things. They've beat us in positions that we were addressing early. So, you know, we knew it was going to be a game of execution. They've got a lot of talented players, and as the season progresses, they're finding their grooves. So, you know, we knew what to look for, and so far we haven't executed as well as they have.
Coach, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Dave?
Thanks, Danny. Yes, this New England team coming off an 18-7 win over Rochester last week, and it was a game that had 84 penalty minutes in that one.
Yeah, Rochester not shy to drop the mitts, as we've seen a few times throughout this season. They're trying to find their identity, and goal scoring has become the new identity for the Riptide this half.
Another slip and seal again for New York, and they pound on the goals with Dan Lomas getting on the sheet there. It's 5-2.
Yeah, this is just great box lacrosse here. Setting a little pick, finding that gap, opening up, and then what a shot off that bottom left post and in. I don't care how good Doug Jamieson is, that's going to be an impossible one to stop there. But man, these Riptide, they are really finding their groove, and gotta say, their speed and their just aggression on offense is something that has changed.
And Reggie Thorpe knows that he's going up against one of the best goaltenders in Doug Jamieson, coming in at second in the NLL, only behind Nick Demude. That's 2 goals for the Riptide in 89 seconds. And here they are with the pedal down again on this left-hand side. Fournier marked by one momentarily. We'll wait for his offensive players to come out here on the floor. New York up by 3 here. They have never led at halftime.
And you bring up Demude, he hasn't even been a starter the whole time. They had Soliano in there before he got hurt, so.
Now that is a great point, because San Diego is 4-6 this year, currently 4th in the West. The North is handled by Halifax, and Toronto's doing an excellent job along with Buffalo. Both teams are 6-3. We're 4 for 4 on faceoffs. We documented this from the outset tonight. Nardella against Woodall, and Woodall is standing his ground against Nardella, the Rutgers product.
And this is a team effort. This is not just a one-on-one matchup. We hear Reggie Thorpe talk about it every time we talk about the faceoffs. It's the ball team. That's everyone who's out there when the faceoff happens.
Shot there again, knocked down by Goa Abrams to steer that aside from Tyson Ryan. You saw all the defenders converging there in that box defensively. Radzowitz there with a man on the front door, this right-hand side of the shot. It was Lomasqued looking for a second, but Jamison handled it fine. 27 to go on the shot clock here. Kelly will wait for an offensive player to come out the front door. And they get one out there in McCardle, the St. John's product of the 3-time All-American. Thorpe also out there, nearly turned it over. McCardle scoops it up. McCardle down low, crease dive, Lomas knocked down by Jamison. We go the opposite way with the Black Wolves.
And they got to be careful. Those were the offensive turnovers that killed them against Georgia. So they got to take care of the ball. That's twice they got kind of dodged a bullet there with near turnovers, but great job by Gail Thorpe stripping that one back. And there you go. You can see that strength and that length of Miles Jones. Just a simple back check there, but because he's so tall, he's got those long arms, he's able to get a piece of that and knock that ball loose. So
defensively, look at this New York Riptide team all over the floor, especially on the high wing spots. It was McCardle who knocked it down. Man out of the front door again. Gibson down low. Here's Chetner behind the cage, surveying his options. 20 seconds to go here on the shot clock with New York up by 3. On this left-hand side, it's Kelly here. Getting the steal there by Longboat. Look at Jamison in a 360 mode. Boy, that was majestic from Doug.
Yeah, great effort to try to get that ball back behind the goal. But it's big athletic play there by Jamison.
Showed the crowd there and said, look at me cradle this one in. And here's Nishimura and company on the offensive side for New England. Shot there again is stopped by Goa Abrams to quell Stephen LeBlanc. It is the Goa Abrams show tonight.
Yeah, getting his first opportunity with the Riptide jersey to get that start. He's making the most of it, certainly.
And he started one game last year for the Philadelphia Wings. It was a win over the Georgia Swarm in that game. Karam's off the glass into Kelly on this right-hand side. A shot there by McCardle on the sidewinder. Handled there by Jamison. And here comes New England in transition. And we see multiple players coming in out the front door, getting back in transition defensively for New York. That was troubling in the first half of the season, Mitch.
Yeah, they have done a much better job of cleaning it up. You notice they're sending 1 or 2 players to ride the ball back, or forecheck as you call it in hockey. They're doing a really good job of that because they're so athletic, of creating a little bit more time for their defense to get on. That just makes everything easier on the D end. And there's that double team pressure defense that Coach Smith wants to see.
And the rebound is in, though, for New England. And they'll get another back with Joe Resetarits. It's a 5-3 game despite the defensive efforts of Abrams and Tyson Bomberry on that possession.
Riley O'Connor just peeled himself off the turf, and he's looking back and yelling at Todd LeBranch. He didn't like some. Oh yeah, it looks like someone went down hard on top of Durston too. But couple Black Wolves players going down, and that pressure defense. The one issue with the pressure defense, you see the double team, and they just need to make sure that they support the inside.
19th goal of the year for Resetarits in his 8th year in the NLL. Last year, 13 goals. Also had a hat trick last game against Rochester, playing in their expansion season. Of course, this is Alex Bouquet in attendance as well, his backup goalkeeper tonight for the New York Riptide. And he's done a great job to the start of this season. Reggie Thorpe has said that the defense just needed to improve in front of him. And there were a lot of goals that Bouquet allowed this year that came right in front of the crease. As Mitch, it looks like we'll get a holding of the stick call coming up here against New York. So yeah, be a man up here for New England.
And this is one that Dan McRae doesn't like. I don't like it either. McRae does go over the head, catches a little bit of helmet, but you'll see he gets the ball, he strips the ball. You can see him looking up for that replay. He goes, gets a little check on here. He tries to go over the head. He catches a tiny bit of helmet. Maybe he got a little bit more helmet than bargained for.
New England 1 for 1 on the power play on the Caleb Crawford goal. It's LeBlanc on this right-hand side and Crawford at the top. They scored in 8 seconds the last time they were on the man up. Denied there by Abrams. Radigan gets help from Suter inside the crease. O'Connor was looking for a call from one of the officials. He won't get it.
Yeah, he wanted the out and in call. So because Suter made a play on the ball and knocked it back, Rannigan knocked it back into the crease, that's an out and in call. But because he never had possession of the ball and it was kind of bobbled back in, it wasn't an intentional motion back to the crease, that's allowed.
So McCray's in the box, shorthanded here at New York Riptide, up by 2 goals over their East Division foe. Down low for Thorpe. That was stopped there by Jamison. Longbow towards the corner board. He won't win this duel with Creighton Reed, though. And here comes New England breaking out of that.
Nice slip there by Gale Thorpe, getting a great look. Got it over Jamison's shoulder, but just went high there.
Thorpe in his rookie season out of Ohio State has done well to work with Marshall Abrams, the son of Reggie Thorpe. Crawford thought about it, down little block. What a sprawling save there by Abrams. Crawford again here. 45 seconds to go on the man up here for New England. Crawford at the top, thought about going behind the back. He does there, over the top shot denied. Rebound Abrams, not once but twice.
Abrams is playing lights out right now.
And we're going to get that call that you exactly told us about, and it will be New England possession after this timeout. But how about the play tonight of Goa Abrams making his first start this year for the New York Riptide? Not once, but twice. 5-3 Riptide. Abrams rolling in New York. Back at Nassau Coliseum, 5-3, the Riptide lead coming up on NLL at the half. Huddle up with Devin Cady and Mark Matthews, plus highlights and analysis of this first half, all coming up at the break. NLL at the half as you take a look at Reggie Thorpe and Glenn Clark, the second of 3 regular season meetings between these two teams. The next and final meeting of the regular season will be April 11th right here on Long Island. It's LeBlanc at the top with 20 seconds to go here on the man up for New England. Durston's also out there as well. It's LeBlanc again on that left-hand side. Reza Terrence again. Back-to-back for Joe. And it's 5-4 on the power play goal.
And that's unfortunate for the Riptide. They played great defense. They fought through 2 picks and good looks. Suter just misses on that cross-crease pass. He tries to pick that one off. You can see as this goes across, Reza Terrence falls into that little cross-crease gap. And Suter goes to the pickoff. If he just gets in that shooting lane, he might have a little bit of a better chance, but it's always easier to say that from the broadcast booth than when it's going on at the end of a long shift.
20th goal this season, second tonight in his account. The Albany product in Derby, New England native Reza Terrence, along with Caleb Crawford, have been delivering for New England, trying to storm back here. At one point, it was a 5-2 game after the Dan Lomas goal for New York. And let's see how the Riptide respond here. It's Nishimura out there with the offense here for New England on the road in orange. Again, it's a team that's mired 1-3 over the last 4 games, coming off a big 11-goal win over Rochester. It's Q this time, 3rd overall pick. Behind the back on that dunk opportunity was Reza Terrence again. Towards the quarter, Suter has it over LeBlanc. McCray, the captain, helping out if he needs it. And here's Suter to break out of that mess in the corner. Has Radzowitz to his left if he wants him here.
Suter showing a little of that wily veteran maneuver in the corners. He's always good at digging out those tough loose balls. Left Stefan LeBlanc in the dust there.
Kelly out here on the left-hand wing. Gets the seal there from Gibson on the right-hand side. Chetner behind the cage. It goes back to Gibson. That went off the man in front there, and Nardella will stay on this end of the floor with a fresh 30 for the New York Riptide.
And other than a goal, that's a best-case scenario. He takes that shot. It goes off of a Black Wolf stick, so they get a fresh 30-second shot clock.
Lomas here on this right-hand side, marked by Bonbury over the top and wide. Scooped up there, went off the pipe that time from Jean-Luc Chetner.
And rebounds have been deadly for both teams. New England, 2 of their 3 goals this quarter have come off of the rebound. So the Riptide are saying we'll crash the boards as well and try to get some rebounds of our own, but you're taught defensively, instead of looking for that ball, chopping down to the nearest man to make sure he can't get that rebound, or if he does, he's feeling it.
There's the dunk there by Gibson, but Jamison stands his ground, marking that crossbar. Chakowski now in transition, has Bombury on the right-hand side and right on cue to Adam. Bombury's going to come off here on a change. It's now Crawford on the left, marked there by Scott Johnston. He's done well when he's been in games, his 1 goal and 1 assist this year. Crawford there, marked by Bombury again on this right-hand side. It's Q. Q, the Tampa product, over to Caleb Crawford with the side-winding shot there, but blocked out in front by Goa Abrams.
And if they can keep Crawford to the outside, taking those outside shots, that's how they're going to be able to frustrate him. They talked about also wanting to get him on the run so he doesn't even get the shot opportunity. So they've done a nice job of mixing up how they're playing Crawford, making it difficult for him to get into a rhythm into those dirty areas in the middle where he likes to operate.
Longboat, look at this passing by New York behind the back. Oh, that was pretty there for the Riptide as well from Dan Lomas. You look at the saves numbers, knotted up at 17. There's 18 from Jamison there. Kelly, marked by 2 and 3 players here. Many decked defensively for New York. Nonetheless, good play by Connor Kelly. Ty Logan came up with a loose ball for New England.
What an effort by Kelly there. He almost came away with that 1-on-4 there. I'm surprised he didn't get that ball back or earn that ball back. Wow,
And how about that play by John Wagner out of the front door as a breakaway. 1v1 with Jamison. Wagner denied by Doug Jamison.
And Wagner had him going and just wasn't able to bring that back to the 5-hole.
And a timeout's called by Glenn Clark in New England. What a precious opportunity there for John Wagner, looking for his 2nd goal of the season, and a play to come out the front door, Mitch, go towards the center and break away towards Doug.
Yeah, he was the last man on, getting back on defense, and he made a break on the ball, kind of like a cornerback might in football. He got the steal, went down. He probably could have slowed down a little bit more, knowing he had a wide open breakaway there, but I think he had a nice move. He got Jamison moving, just wasn't able to bring it back to the 5-hole.
Let's go downstairs to Danny Wexelman with more on John Wagner.
I caught up with John earlier this week, and I asked him about his older brother, Ryan, who plays for Philadelphia. And he told me that he lives in Ryan's basement. Ryan cooks and cleans, and John said he eats. His best dish, by the way, is asparagus, mashed potatoes, and jerk chicken. And he told me that Ryan is really proud of him. He said he's working 70-hour weeks right now with lacrosse. He's an investment banker. And I said, how do you fuel yourself? And John told me he's got a loaf of bread and peanut butter in his desk drawer. He eats one every day at work. Dave.
It's a pretty good dichotomy, Danny, between the two brothers. And John Wagner's been a tremendous addition to this expansion side, New York Riptide. You take a look at the standings overall. How about the Rush at 6-2? They have won their last 3 games. Calgary at 4-4 has won the last 2. Halifax has been superb. Warren Hill has been great between the pipes for the Thunderbirds. They will be playing New England on Sunday, and the Philadelphia Wings are atop the East right now, just a half a game ahead of New England. 13 seconds to go in our first half here. It's Durston at the top right-hand side. Last opportunity here for Crawford and company. It's Crawford marked by Bombury. Suter helping out as well. 1 second to go. Radigan scoops it up, and that will do it for our first half. And for the first time this season, the New York Riptide will have the lead going into the locker room.
Yeah, this is exactly where they wanted to be, obviously. First time there. The key is going to be keeping this momentum going. I feel like they have a spring in their step that the New England Black Wolves don't. They got to match that even over the long halftime.
Danny's downstairs with Travis Longboat.
Travis, you've doubled your score total for the season tonight. How did you prepare for this opportunity?
During shoot around, I have certain shots I hit, so I just try to redo them and shoot around, and so it transfers into the game.
How do you keep this momentum up coming into the second half? What adjustments can you make?
We're just going to keep doing our game plan. It seems to be working so far, so we can't fix what's not broken, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Travis, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dave.
Thanks, Danny. Travis Longboat with a strong night tonight. Not once, but twice he has gotten on the board for the New York Riptide, despite the last 2 goals by Joe Risseterrence. What a start it's been on offense for New York. Goa Abrams on one end, on offense, Longboat and company. 5-4, New York with the lead at the break. Since the day he was drafted into the National Lacrosse League, Mark Matthews has earned his nickname. Having won Rookie of the Year in 2013, the mailman has led his team to the finals 4 times, won the NLL Championship 3, and was crowned league MVP in 2018. So what accolade does Matthews want to check off his list next? Devin Caney found out in this week's Huddle Up.
Picks the spot and scores. Mark Matthews. Oh my goodness! What a goal right there by Mark Matthews.
Mark Matthews able to get that through.
Highlight reel material.
Mark Matthews coming off another 100-plus point season.
He's done that a few times before.
You're going to see this one not just tomorrow morning on SportsCenter, but for the rest of the week. Unbelievable finish by Mark Matthews. Are you kidding me?
You've accomplished quite a bit. How many championship games?
4.
An MVP title. What's next? Like, what else do you want to accomplish?
I'd like to win another championship. I mean, our team's getting a little older. Guys are kind of fizzling out from when we started, so we'd like to get maybe another championship with everybody again.
Maybe another one?
Maybe another one. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2, maybe
Never
3.
know. Yeah, until everybody's gone.
You guys have a pretty high standard set. Does that make it almost harder, when you have games like your game against the Mammoth last season that bumped you guys out of the playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. Losing that game obviously sucked. Being in the championship game or Western Finals for 6 or so years in a row, it is a tough pill to swallow, and we don't want that to happen again. And kind of been out to a pretty good start this year. And see if we can keep it going.
Tell me about Saskatchewan and Saskatoon.
Beautiful, beautiful place. A little cold.
Just a little bit?
It was like minus 37 the other day or something.
Just a slight chill.
It's a different cold though. It's like a dry cold.
And you live out there full time?
I do, yeah. I just moved out there a little over a month ago. There's a lot to do. Not much big pro sports. I mean, Regina's a couple hours south. They have the Rough Riders, but I mean, our games are pretty exciting, as you would know, but yeah, they pack it in there.
Can you kind of describe the atmosphere? It's pretty
it's wild.
Out there.
There's I don't even know how to explain it. They know how to do it there.
Fans are on their feet here at SaskTel Center.
Party and you name it. We've like 5,000 people there for warm-up.
For warm-up?
All with 2 beers in their hand, jerseys on, ready to go. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Terrific start for the New York Riptide here at home. They lead New England 5-4 at the break. Welcome to NLL at the half inside Nassau Coliseum with Mitch Belisle. I'm Dave Lono. For the first time this year, the New York Riptide, Mitch, lead at halftime, led by their defense and also the transition game.
Yeah, they look explosive. They're attacking loose balls. They're changing in transition quickly. And offensively, they're flying around out there. So this is the Riptide that Reggie Thorpe has been begging for this entire season, and they're finally coming out to play.
And speaking of defense, let's start with the play of Goa Abrams making his first start between the pipes for New York this year.
Abrams has looked phenomenal. He's made some huge saves. He's also made the saves that he's supposed to, and he's really using that big frame and that big body. The other big piece here is the Riptide are doing an awesome job of swarming on all these loose balls and rebounds to make sure there's not second chance opportunities.
Yes, several of the goals for New England tonight have come on rebounds. And how about the New York Riptide on the offensive side?
They've looked like they've had a spark and a jump in their step that they hadn't had previously. The 5-on-5 two-man game is working to perfection. We see a little slip pick by Dan Lomas here, that slip pick earlier by Longboat. That is the kind of play that you can look for in the NLL that you hope for, and they're executing right now.
Here are the first half stats brought to you by BetMGM. Doug Jamieson has also done well to keep his team in it. He has 21 saves along with 17 for Goa Abrams as well. Both teams successful on the man-ups tonight as well.
Yeah, the face-offs are the real tale that the Riptide wanted to hone in on. They're only down by 1 here, a 6-5 battle, a low-scoring game, 4-5. So it's going to come down to the stretch and who can put together a run or two offensively that's going to put them over the top at the end of the game.
A sensational start for the New York Riptide here as they lead 5-4 over New England. Come on and continue to ride on with us at NLL at the half. New York up by 1 over New England. There's the New York Riptides mascot Eddie encouraging the New York faithful to keep cheering on this New York team, looking for their second victory this year. They're up 5-4 over New England at the break. The NLL on MSG and BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Of the New York Riptide dancers out onto the floor before the start of our second half at NYCB Live. As we take a look at the standings across the NLL, in the East Division, the Wings are up a half a game over New England. It's all Halifax in the North, but Toronto and Buffalo are one game behind the Thunderbirds, led by Warren Hill and Cody Jamieson. Out there in the West, it's also tight as well. The Rush, spearheaded by Mark Matthews, as you heard in our Huddle Up halftime segment, are up 2 games over Calgary, and Colorado is 2.5 behind Saskatchewan. Dave Little, Mitch Boyle, Danny Wexelman, our entire crew. And Mitch, the theme when you take a look at those standings as well, as it's very tight in each division across the NLL, which attests to the parity in this league.
Yeah, I think, save the Rochester Nighthawks and the New York Riptide right now, records aside, anyone can win on any given night. And like you said, there's so much talent in this league, and it's still a growing league. Commissioner Sakovich talks about trying to continue to grow this league and add more teams, and it's exciting to see that there is such a depth of talent and it's so evenly distributed that any team could win on any given night.
Yeah, Nick Sakovich and his staff at the NLL have done a terrific job really building this league. We interviewed him right here on MSG about the growth, and they're looking to expand 3 more markets in the next few years. Halifax and Georgia will be the 1 and 8 seed so far in that playoff. 8 teams make the playoffs in this league. It's the top 2 in each division, and then the 7-8 seeds are 2 wildcard teams, essentially with the best records after all those top 2 seeds get in. Devin Cady and Teddy Jenner did a terrific job dissecting the current playoff picture on the NLL social channels. Downstairs, Danny Wexelman with Tyson Gibson. Danny.
Tyson, this isn't the first time that you faced your dad this season. How good does it feel to be on the winning side right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's still only half the game, and we still got 30 minutes to go, so we're just looking at that. But obviously, we're happy with what we did in the first half, and we're just going to keep continuing to do it.
Thank you, Tyson.
Thank you.
Dave?
Danny, this New England team here, as you take a look at Daryl Gibson, Tyson's dad, his team has scored the last 2 goals thanks to Joe Resetarits. He's been key to make this a 5-4 game. Caleb Crawford for New England also has 2. Those are the 2 guys, Mitch, that I would key on as we start the second half. It's Nardella and Woodall trying to win it for New York, and it will be New England that will get the first possession as we start the third quarter.
Yeah, looking back at that first half, you see New York had the advantage in those 5-on-5 plays. They had 2 slip picks, 2 kind of broken, not transition, but unsettled plays. Black Wolves, the only settled goals they scored were off rebounds, so they were able to limit their 5-on-5 touches and put that pressure on that Coach Smith talked about before the game. They got to keep that momentum up, which gets hard as you get into the second half. You get a little bit more tired.
There's a shot there by Q that was low, handled by Goa Abrams, who made his 18th stop there of the game, and a fresh 30 after the stop here for New England. Resetarits over on this right-hand side. As LeBlanc there, and also Q swimming around one man, stopped again by Abrams. Fournier couldn't get the loose ball, and it's Stephen LeBlanc towards the quarter, handles it here for New England. Here's these second, third chance opportunities that we didn't see all too much, despite those 2 goals off of rebounds for New England in the first half. Crawford has 2 goals as well. Thought about going left there, but was pestered by McRae. Resetarits is a hat trick tonight, but he's unable to handle it. Instead, it's Ranigan, the former Georgia Swarm product. Has McRae up to the right if he wants a man at the front door. Ranigan down over the captain. McRae couldn't cradle it there. And we're going to call as his foot went in the crease, and will belong back to the Black Wolves.
And you are allowed to run through the crease, but you can't then be the first player to touch the ball.
And it's Tony Malcolm getting the 3rd consecutive goal for the Black Wolves, and just like that, a snap of the fingers, it's a 5-5 game. Tony Malcolm's 7th goal this year.
And this is one where Ranigan pushes that in transition, looks for McRae down low. I would have loved to see him pull that out and get that settled offense back in there. Their 5-on-5 play has been so strong on the offensive end. They've been flying around out there. So, you like trying to see things, make things happen when it's there, but give the ball to your offense and let them do their work since they've been so successful tonight.
Largest run in the game for New England against Goa Abrams. Malcolm spent the last 2 years with Vancouver, had 13 goals accompanied by 25 assists last year. He's in his first year with New England. All of a sudden, we have a 5-5 game here at Nassau Coliseum. The technical violation will see the possession retained here by New England. On this left-hand side, it's Crawford with a burst of steam. Hughes also out there navigating the middle here. Crawford gets it back on the return. Ressa Terrence to the top. O'Connor there. And Abrams had it. An easy stop there from Goa and a much-needed one for New York.
And that's the shot they want to give up. They did a nice job of packing it in on the inside. Let them throw that. It's not all the way across the field, so Goa Abrams doesn't have to fly from post to post. He just takes one step to the middle, addresses the ball, and does a nice job of making that save.
Chetner on this left-hand side, over to Connor Kelly. Kelly spinning around his man over the top there, went behind the cage. Thorpe trying to get the loose ball, he cannot. John-Luke Chetner scoops it up. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock on this left-hand side. Kelly bouncing shot, went well wide. And the horn will sound on the shot clock violation. This will be a chance the opposite way if New England can catch New York on a change. Chakowski scoops it up with a fresh 30 here for New England. That was almost costly there on the errant shot.
Yeah, and this is where you got to get that last shot in as the shot clock's winding down, but you want to make sure it doesn't just come flying off the boards going the other direction.
Almost a rebound opportunity there for LeBlanc towards the quarter here. We'll go back to New York.
And again, that's a similar through the crease call because the New England player ran through the crease and was the first one to address the ball. You can't do that. You're allowed to run through the crease, but not to get an advantage on trying to forecheck that ball.
McCardle gets it back on the return from Gail Thorpe behind the cage here. On the left, Kelly gets the seal there from Gibson. Now on the right, Lomas. Lomas and Jamison said no.
That was a great look by Lomas. Nice job by Jamison putting his arm up, taking away that far corner despite dropping down to his knees there.
Good transition work tonight from Jackson Nishimura, the Toronto native. He's been all over the floor. Colton Watkinson will also come off on a change. O'Connor dishes it inside the offensive zone. Here for the Black Wolves in a 5-5 game. Crawford has 2 goals tonight. Down low on the give and go, and the shot denied there by Abrams again to rob Tyson Rye. On this right now, McCray. McCray also, Mitch, I've noticed tonight, getting more up the floor in transition and not getting off defensively, getting set up and getting the offensive players out there.
Yeah, I think everyone has a little bit of a jump in their step trying to go offense by committee here. He's certainly had a couple opportunities, a couple looks, nothing that they've been able to capitalize on yet, but if you keep pushing, something might open up.
There's a costly turnover to Creighton Reed. Gail Thorpe couldn't cradle it this time. It'll give way to the star, Caleb Crawford. 3rd in the NLL in points, came in with 55 tonight. He does have 2 goals this evening along with Ressa Terrence. Crawford on that diagonal pass, and again it's steered home by Riley O'Connor. And the Black Wolves have the lead for the second time tonight after it was 1-0 by Caleb Crawford. Riley O'Connor gives New England the 6-5 advantage.
For the Riptide defense, they're doing a pretty nice job off ball of being in the gloves. The big thing here, they got to get out onto Callum Crawford's hands to make it so he can't just sit there in what we call shop. He's just sitting, looking, cradling, looking. All he needs to see is that little tiny gap where Riley O'Connor has his hands open. And again, I talk a lot about this, but these goalies, they wear a lot of pads, but when you move from one post all the way over to the other post, you have to take that big step. That opens up a lot between the legs. It opens up to the sides of your hips, and shooters know that, and they take that shot right back to the middle. And that's what Riley O'Connor did there.
Nardella and Woodall for the face-off, and look at this duel between the two there, but it's going to be won by Nishimura and New England. How about this run at the turn of events? A 4-0 spurt for New England, and the first lead for the Black Wolves in nearly 33 minutes tonight. This is mind-boggling for Reggie Thorpe and his team. See if they can get the equalizer here on this possession. Radzowitz cradles it in transition. As Jean-Luc Chetner went down, they wanted a call, and the New York bench won't get it. They were livid out there as Chetner went down to the floor.
And I think Todd LaBranche knows he missed one there because Chetner just absolutely two-handed Brett Manny there and didn't get a call. So that was one of those. I think Todd LaBranche turned the blind eye and said, I missed that first one, I'll give you one back. Now you two knock it off.
Chetner was blocked out in front. There was good defensive play there by Brett Manny, the captain. Watkinson will get it as the horn did sound here, and now They'll come off on the change over to Caleb Crawford. Crawford tried to spin around his man in Miles Jones. Jones winning that duel that time. And also trying to get the loose ball. Helping out there nicely was Scott Johnston. Johnston on a breakaway, now a 3-on-1 here. Johnston on the right-hand side. Lomas gets the seal there. Lomas around his man, and it's well wide. Johnston picks up the loose change, and it's scooped into the stick of Jamison and company. A foot was in the crease, and a push is called on the floor. That will take us to our first timeout in the third quarter.
And Miles Jones just manhandled Callum Crawford there.
How about Riley O'Connor giving New England the 6-5 lead here in New York?
Welcome back. I'm joined by Daryl Gibson, father of Tyson Gibson, who plays for New York. Daryl, I know you had lunch with your son this week. What did you guys talk about at lunch?
Honestly, we talk about what's going on in his career right now. We keep a lot of lacrosse talk out of it. It's obviously a little awkward for us now, but it's mostly just about life conversations. And once in a while, we'll have to throw the dad hat on and we'll have that chat. But for the most part, we keep our own team stuff to ourselves.
Daryl, thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Dave?
Thanks, Danny and Mitch. New York will go on the man up here, and here's why.
You can see a little bit of pressure, and on the back side of your screen, you can see that Scott Johnson gets thrown down from behind. So while it looks like this is a lawless sport, there are rules. You do have to follow them. So if you throw a player down onto the turf from behind, that's going to be a push from behind. You'll go to the box for 2 minutes.
New York on the man up here. They were looking for Chetner. Lomas. Cross floor pass there. It's scooped up here for New England on the penalty kill. Again, first in penalty kills and first on the power play. It's Adam Bomberry behind the back over to Caleb Crawford. Stick taps there. You hear from New England's bench. They like when Crawford's doing that diagonal pass, and it's high at the crossbar of Goa Abrams. Crawford again here with 1:23 to go with the shot. Abrams said no there. Loose ball here. Who wants it? It's scooped up by Q and New England. Third opportunity for the Black Wolves.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you don't want to put a ton of pressure on the ball and risk giving up a backside 2-on-1, but you do want to have an extra guy to serve as that slide man and provide the support if you do get beat.
1 minute to go on the man up. Here's Miles Jones, 1v2. Will pull back here and come off on the change and give way to Tyson Gibson. They have Jean-Luc Chetner operating on this right-hand wing. Chetner with 4 in the box defensively here for New England. Cardinals also out there as well. Longboat deep down on that left-hand side. Longboat has 2 goals tonight here. Kelly over to the right. Chetner over the top shot, denied in front by Jamison. Loose ball. Who wants it here as it's gobbled up there by Jean-Luc Chetner. Race for it into the corner. Chakowski going for it. Longboat trying to help out too. Travis wins it back for New York on the man up.
What an effort there by Longboat and Chetner, just 2-on-2 scrapping down there. The Black Wolves, they have big bodies, and they do a nice job with active sticks. So they've really disrupted this power play by keeping their sticks in those lanes, being active, and using their size to their advantage.
4 seconds to go on the man up. Kelly down on the left to Longboat on the return. Here's Longboat again, has 2 goals tonight. Nardella comes out the door, the penalty box there, and it's another successful kill for New England tonight. They're riding this momentum. Doug Jamison has done well. A little bit of a shaky start of this game. It was 5-2 New York a moment in the second quarter. Now it's a 6-5 game.
Yeah, Doug Jamison asked for a little time there. It looks like he might have had an equipment issue that he wanted to address. I don't know if it was a little sweat in the eyes. He took off his helmet and looked at it a little bit. So may have been with all those pads, sometimes things malfunction, straps fall off.
Crawford getting the seal, and he has the hat trick with the help of Tyson Rye. Caleb Crawford with another hat trick this year, and it's 2-goal advantage now for New England, a 7-5 game.
Dave, this is where that pressure defense, it's tough to maintain. You can see Fournier hears about the pick coming. He opens up. Radzewicz is running up with that picker. So you can see Radzewicz comes and follows that picker. He needs to explode out over Callum Crawford's top side stick head to force him down that alley. That's a really difficult play to make. So there's 2 options there. You either explode out from the bottom up like Radzewicz would, or have Fournier jump over the top and really force him down to double that ball. So it's a tough decision to make in such a short period of time, but those are the kind of decisions that come with that chemistry and building week after week together.
And you saw that shot came from the outside, and that's exactly where this New York team defensively wants to allow this New England team to be shooting from those high wing positions and not let Crawford and company get towards the middle.
Dave, you see a little bit of a hustle there by the Riptide to get that ball over the line. You have 8 seconds from the time you gain possession in your own end to get it over the midfield line, so that's why you saw them with a little bit of sense of urgency trying to get the ball to their offensive end.
Here's Thorpe with his team down by 2, trying to give it a go with Lomas. It didn't work out. Here's Adam Bomberry in transition, 1v1 with Radigan. 2 men helping it out in orange for New England. As he'll give way to Joe Resetarits, who also has a pair of goals this evening. Radigan on the defensive work. Manning out of the front door is Rye. LeBlanc went down low, looking for that diagonal pass. But Bomberry, it was Tyson there for New York defensively. Q inside, O'Connor looking for a second. Abrams said no. What a play by Goa Abrams to keep this team in it.
And New England starting to find their rhythm here, a little bit more quick ball movement, finding those open players as New York looks to slide.
John-Luke Shetner, Jamison said no towards his right. Connor Kelly has the rebound and a fresh 30 for New York. Cardinal with Manny all over him. Kelly's also out there over the long boat here. Defensively, it's Manny there. On the right, McCardle tried to go for a sidewinder there. Got the help by Thorpe going down the middle. It's McCardle with the shot. Jamison, another stop for New England.
And that's a nice play there. Putting that pressure on by Travis Longboat in the corner. The Black Wolf player tried to sweep it back, brings it right back to his goalie. That's that out and in call. We've seen that a few times.
This New England team is enjoying a 5-0 run. The last goal was by Dan Lomas in the second. Behind the cage, it goes for Thorpe, trying to go for the dunk opportunity. Thorpe went wide of that back post there. It was Creighton Reed that was smothering him. Towards the corner board, it's won here by New England, and they'll get out in transition.
And Travis Longboat went for that ball, but he was just absolutely exhausted. After 3 rounds of banging bodies inside, those legs start to go, and you can see he wanted that to scrap for that loose ball, but just didn't have the legs.
Crawford on the left, marked by Miles Jones. Radigan helping out of the shadow defense behind him here. LeBlanc coming out of the front door as well. Here's Caleb Crawford with a sidewinding shot, stopped there by Goa Abrams. Suter now. See if this New York team can push in transition with Wagner at one breakaway opportunity tonight, but numbers coming back defensively for the changes of New England. Lomas here. He was sped down, though, by New England. Lomas on this right wing. Morse had the give-and-go opportunity there on the 2-man game. Lomas will get it back. Chetner makes a good move, swimming to his left. Chetner and Jamison got just a piece. Fresh 30, though, for New York.
And that little slip pick that was working in the first half, New England clearly diagrammed that up at halftime because it is not working this time, and it's cost the Riptide a few times trying to be cute with the little dump pass. So look for that underneath move as they anticipate that slip. If you can then just beat your man one-on-one underneath, that creates an opportunity that you can take advantage of them trying to take advantage.
And the turnover leads to a play in transition here for Ty Logan, looking for his first goal of the season. He'll come off of the change. Offensive player is on, and here's the star, Crawford. Crawford, watch him go to his right side here, behind the back, right on Q, looking for Andrew Q, but he gets checked into the boards there by Ryan Fournier. Resetarits with 2 goals tonight. Over on the right-hand side has Q running the middle here for New England. Locked out in front, there's the shot clock violation. A good stop there for the New York Riptide and Dan McCray. But Caleb Crawford has had a star-studded night. Came in 3rd in the NLL in points to start this game. He has a hat trick this evening on this 5-0 run for New England. They're up 7-5 in the midst of the 3rd. Come on back. Danny Wexelman and our entire crew. Mitch, what has gone wrong for the New York Riptide? At one point they were leading 5-2, and now this New England team enjoying a 5-0 run.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything's gone horribly wrong. They just haven't been able to capitalize on the offensive end, while New England has. And New England's done a nice job here of pressing the middle, moving the ball a little bit better. They're really, I've noticed they've stretched out on offense to really try to get those inside looks, and it's working. So the Riptide need to maintain their composure, stay nice and packed in defensively, and then offensively keep looking for those opportunities when they get them.
Lomas was stopped there by Jamison once more. Doug has had a fabulous game tonight. Came in 2nd in the NLL. that goals against average just a hair below 9. Good swim move there by Tony Malcolm. Also has a goal this evening for Glenn Clark's team, coming in again half a game behind the Philadelphia Wings. This is the lone game on the NLL docket tonight as we jumpstart Week 14. 6 games tomorrow, including this New York team. And there's another added to New England's account this evening. It's 8-5.
Stephen LeBlanc, he's been scoring goals in this league for a long time. He just kind of posts up in the middle. This is very similar to the goal that O'Connor scored 2 goals ago, where he's just posting up in there, posting up, and just finds that extra step, that extra space they give Resetero. It's too much time to feed. And again, they're all over it. Andrew Suter's within a step of him, but if you give a player just that sliver of hope, they're going to get the ball, and a little off-speed shot, he bounces out upstairs over Abrams' shoulder.
2011 All-Pro second-team player, 2010 Rookie of the Year, and look at Alex Bouquet. He's been the main starter this season for the New York Riptide. Could we see him on as this game progresses? It's only a 3-goal game, very close in the crosshair between these two teams, battling in the East. Jones went around one man that time, but will come out on the floor as he retains possession for New York. Gibson also out there as well, trying to look for his first goal of the evening. Thorpe on this right. Osler pass here on this left-hand side. Connor Kelly has also been stymied tonight by New England's defense. Thorpe here again. And we'll just dump it down with the shot clock winding down.
And Dave, I'd like to see their offense. I want to see them start beating players one-on-one. I think New England has really started to pack it in off ball to try to prevent those skip looks, those slip looks. I want to see the Riptide try to go one-on-one, especially with their quick guys. They got McCardle, they've got Lomas, they've got guys that can beat men if they match up on them.
Caleb Crawford with that diagonal pass there. Abrams got just a piece of Riley O'Connor's shot. Let's see if New York can push in transition.
With this long change for them, typically if you get transition here, it's from a broken play, so you'll probably see them work on their settled offense. The fourth quarter is where they're going to really have to make their money coming out of the box with that advantage being closer to the New England goal.
Lomas, that was knocked down in front. Kept alive on this end by Connor Kelly, evades one man there. It's scooped up by Malcolm, though, for New England. And a 1v1 opportunity the opposite way with Watkinson. Watkinson past Wagner to his right. It was Abrams that had other thoughts. Jones went towards it, and now it's scooped up here by the New York Riptide's John-Luke Chetner.
Watkinson's had a few of those opportunities over the past few weeks where he almost has the one-on-one like field look and pulls it out and shoots out on the run. Nice save there by Abrams.
Yeah, had one of those breakaway opportunities at a goal last game against the Nighthawks. This New York team will play tomorrow in Rochester. On the right, it's Thorpe. Overhead shot. Jamison has looked great tonight for New England between the pipes.
Excellent work there by Thorpe with matching feet, getting back in transition, allowing his defense to get on.
That was an errant pass there. Bomberry trying to scoop it up, but it's a 1-on-4 opportunity. Fournier goes towards the board, almost toward Danny Wexelman, but Danny's all right. She took it like a champ there. On this left-hand side, Resetero, that was blocked out in front by Suter. Seems every game Suter's getting involved in a play like that. And it will stay on this end of the floor. Danny, that was a good forecheck down there.
Oh, you're talking to me. Guys, I'm just doing my best to keep safe over here, and I think I'm doing a good job.
That you are, Danny. Keep alive down there. Great defensive work by our very own Danny Wexelman, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter, and what a run by New England, enjoying a 6-0 spurt over New York. And as we go to the start of the fourth quarter, it's New England leading 8-5 over the New York Riptide. As we start the fourth quarter, a look back at that final sequence of the third. LeBlanc going for it towards the board here along with Fournier. Danny Wexelman. Look at her left shoulder there, Mitch. Extended there. I love the move by Danny.
protecting that chin, making sure she's ready to throw the shoulder if she needs to. I like that.
This is not her first rodeo. Danny, you're all over it.
Guys, listen, they didn't call me Sandy Moss in elementary school for nothing. You know, just a little Randy Moss action. I know how to play it down here.
You got it going on, Danny. Great work all night long there as we begin the fourth quarter at Nassau Coliseum. It's New England up 8-5. At one point, it was a 5-2 game. And New England once more is on a 6-0 run. Look at this face-off draw by Nardella Woodall. It has been quite the duel all night between those star-studded face-off players. But it goes back to Jamison as it's won by New England. Mitch, what do you want to see from this New York team offensively? You talked about those 1v1 opportunities as we start the fourth.
Yeah, I think trying to take their man on a little bit of an ISO, whether that's Connor Kelly or whoever it might be, but looking for those ISO opportunities and now looking for the bench on these transition plays as they get their speedsters coming out from the left side. They've got McCardle coming out the door. He can come out hot, and that low mid-range shot is a dangerous one.
There's McCardle with the opportunity there. Doug Jamison, one of the best goaltenders in the NLL, along with Warren Hill this year. Nick DeMude for Chiliano has been big for San Diego as well. Dylan Ward can add to that. Q's back out there as well. Crawford's on the left-hand side. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc had the last goal for New England. It's Crawford there, has a hat trick tonight. He was stymied by Rannigan again, and it bounced her over to Johnston. They have Fournier up the floor if they want him. And here's New York. They'll get it on a long change here, get their offensive players out there as Johnston has it in possession. Was displaced that time by Malcolm, and now goes over to the corner. Longboat also out there as well for New York. Gibson. It's the #1 overall pick out of Robert Morris. It's Gale Thorpe gets one back for New York. Much needed. Gale Thorpe with his 8th goal this year. It's 8-6.
And this is something that I'm sure you asked what I want to see from them. You know, one thing is continuing to pour it on. The other thing is getting shots. They really didn't take very many shots in that third quarter, so they're not always pretty. But Gale Thorpe there beating Doug Jamison short side just by swinging that ball from side to side, taking that outside shot. You know, not always the most successful shot in box across, but you got to shoot them. You got to keep pouring them on net, and that'll open up things on the inside as you move on down the line.
Let's go downstairs to Danny with more on Thorpe.
I caught up with Gale earlier this season and I asked him, what are you working on specifically? And he said, I have a ton to learn. I'm working on motions and timing. I'm working on playing off the ball, creating corruption on the defensive side. I know he just got a goal there, guys, but he knows that he has so much to learn in this game. And by the way, he and Cody Razowitz, they grew up 40 minutes apart. They've been friends since 9th grade. And Gale is the one who pushed Cody to play indoor lacrosse. Dave.
Cody's been instrumental to the play in transition tonight. The John Hopkins product, along with Jake Fox this year, who's not active tonight. Miles Jones had the opportunity. Crawford there is met by 2, and Suter and Radzowitz. He'll give way to Resetarits, who has 2 goals tonight. 4 seconds to go. It's O'Connor with a quick skip pass shot. And it went wide here as the horn will sound. Miles Jones will have the opportunity if he wants it. Let's see if he's deceptive here. And he'll just come off there on the change.
Miles Jones, he is just banging on the door for his first career NLL goal. Another nice take. He tried to bring it back short side, but Doug Jamison was there to shut the door.
On this left, Gibson, that was steered aside. Long boat towards the corner there. Here comes New England once more. Watkinson will come off on a change in transition for New England, looking for their 6th win this year to keep pace of Philadelphia and also Georgia, who's right behind these Black Wolves. Crawford over to Q. Q with the shot, he scores! He powers into the back of the cage. Andrew Q. It's 9-6 New England.
And that was strangely reminiscent of the goal on the other end by another rookie, Gale Thorpe, just throwing that ball across crease and then beating the goalie to the short side. That one, it looked like Abrams just didn't quite get a good look at it. As you can see, Bomberry just stepping out of the way. He might have been screened there, but nice job by Q, bringing that ball back to the short side. And that's one that Go Abrams is, you can see, he's frustrated. He wishes he had that one back.
The 3rd overall pick out of Tampa with his 10th goal this season. Andrew Q, the rookie. 4th in rookie points this year. Connor Fields has been great this season for San Diego, along with Tyson Gibson. Some of the rookies have had star-studded performances this year. Another opportunity to get it. Goa Abrams had other thoughts on his left to rob Nardella off of the face-off.
Nardella tried to put that through Abrams' foot there. That was about 5 yards out, as hard as he could.
Yeah, it shows the prowess that he has. He was one of the all-time face-off percentage leaders when he was at Rutgers, graduating in 2015. Kelly, overhand shot there. Jamison just had it towards his left pad, and here comes Adam Bomberry for New England. Couple men out of the front door. Here is Durston with the shot there. It might have got a piece of the pipe, but also Abrams.
And just, you know, Miles Jones, I think, has been taking leaps and bounds this entire game. That was a situation where his first look when he gets on the floor has to be directly to the Black Wolves bench. He tried to bump up and play the ball. That gave up an opportunity backside. So as you're subbing on with this long bench, you got to look immediately to your opponent's bench so you can pick up that player coming off.
Loose ball in front of the crease there. Gibson went down on the shove by New England, and it's picked up by the Black Wolves. And Ty Logan has it in transition, working with Watkinson, who regains it. Watkinson on this right-hand side, met by Radzowitz. And he goes right around Wagner, though. Watkinson towards that crease behind the cage here of Abrams. Over to Crawford. Crawford, cross-crease pass, was searching there for LeBlanc, looking for another tonight.
Looking for a little alley-oop dunk there.
Jean-Luc Chetner. New England on a 7-1 run since the second quarter. They have been great. Remember, New York was leading 5-2 in the game after the opening goal by Crawford, and the crease dive successful for Connor Kelly. Steps up in a big way for New York all season long. 9-7.
And I have seen Connor Kelly score that goal so many times. If they can get him that isolation on the side, he can beat his man underneath, and he is so good at beating the goalie to the far pipe. Because the stick can reach further and faster than the leg, he's able to just tuck that right around. What a goal. Look for him to go to that 1 or 2 more times before the night's over.
His first goal tonight, and the 14th this year for Connor Kelly. Let's go downstairs to Danny with more on Connor.
When I caught up with Connor earlier this season, he said he's been working on his entire indoor game, his lacrosse IQ, his timing on offense, little movements to create space. And by the way, guys, that might have been because he loves the Marriott omelets, the place that these guys stay. He gets the bacon, spinach, peppers works.
I like it. Maybe Mitch and I will roll with that before the next broadcast.
Danny, we get a lot of food talk from this Riptide team. They do not miss a meal here for the New York Riptide.
These guys love food. I don't know his favorite movie. He loves country music. I know that. How about that, guys?
I think there's a few team nutritionists out there on the floor right now. Here's Gibson. Fires wide. Scooped up by Watkinson behind the cage of Jamison. On this right-hand side, they have Creighton Reed here. Getting back to Jean-Luc Chetner. It's Watkinson had a goal like this last game against Rochester. Johnston stymied his progress up the floor. Loose ball here. Radzowitz dealing with it. And again, it's scooped up by New York's Johnston. Connor Kelly back out there out of the front door as well. Johnston on this long change will lob it over to the right-hand side, and Kieran McCardle 1v1 with Malcolm there. Chetner now drifting over to the right-hand side. Kelly looking for his second. Jamison a sprawling save. Watch out for these long outlets, though, and a breakaway opportunity for Malcolm. He goes around Jones. Malcolm, low shot, but wasn't fooled. Abrams. Miles Jones back out there will come off on a change now for New York. Down by 2 goals. Big sequence here for the New York Riptide. Longboat also there, running the middle this time. Gibson opting to go right-hand side, McCardle. Through the middle it goes. Lomas high and wide. Picked up by Nishimura of New England. Numbers the opposite way with Bomberry and also Crawford if he wants him. Nishimura going inside, and it was knocked down. It was Shikoski who had the last crack at it, and that will take us towards a timeout.
Great effort there by Rannigan for a little lift check as he catches Chikowski coming across the middle.
But here comes the New York Riptide. Don't go anywhere. Gail Thorpe and Connor Kelly getting on the board. It is just a 2-goal game at the Coliseum. Here come the New York Riptide, just bound 2 goals to New England. Riptide season tickets, fan experiences, and single game tickets are now available, plus much more to purchase. Visit NewYorkRiptide.com or call 516-402-3006. Dave Lennon, Mitch Belisle, Danny Wexelman, our entire MSG crew at Nassau Coliseum. 2 of the 3 goals scored by New York. They're down by 2, trying to mount this comeback. Kelly's on this left-hand side. Cross the crease and goes over on this right now. Over to McCardle. McCardle in the 2-man game. We'll get it back on the left-hand side. Gibson, low shot and wide, and we're going to get a call. Who's going to the box on a slash? It looks like New York, and the power play appears to be in favor of New England.
And that's tough to draw a penalty on the offensive side. You really hate to see that if you're a New York fan. Typically, if you take one on the D end because you're fighting through picks and you're playing physical, that's one thing, but offensively you're hoping to score goals, not go man down.
Connor Kelly in the box. And that slash called by Kyle Kropman. New England tonight is enjoying these man-ups here, to the dismay of Reggie Thorpe. They're 2 for 2 on power plays. Glenn Clark's team is first on power plays this season. Need a penalty kill for New York. Crawford has it on the left-hand side. Q at the top, it's O'Connor dealing with it on the right. LeBlanc's also out there low, battling McCray. See if Obrams can stand tall here. Q on that left, shot is wide.
Dave, we saw during warm-ups, this looks like their second set, so they had that first man-up look. This is kind of a second man-up look to get Q in there.
And take us through defensively. You got 4 guys in the box, almost like a zone defense. What's going through the minds of the defenders? They're trying to kill off this penalty.
You're basically playing 2-on-2 at the bases closest to the crease, and then you're playing 3-on-2 at the top, using those top 2 players to pinch the middle, and then really try to fight through as many picks as you can to give up the adjacent passes and take away those skip passes.
The 5-second call will go the opposite way. First, the officials are going to stop this opportunity by Bomberry. Let's get the call on the floor by LeBranch.
Penalty, illegal substitution.
And this is going to be a 5-on-3 here, as the Riptide had a few too many men, a little too early on the floor.
That's a costly penalty here on New York at this stage in the game, as John Wagner's going to go into the box. And troubling moments here for Reggie Thorpe and his team now, seeing this 5-on-3 for New England.
Yeah, now this is where up top you're going to play. You'll notice that New England won't put all 5 players in. They almost have a 5th guy hanging back to be a safety valve in case the ball trickles back over half.
It's Radzowitz who's also in the box with Connor Kelly. Bomberry has it for New England here, 5v3. 2-man down here.
Bomberry, great stick, great at picking off passes, big physical player. Probably not the guy you want trying to go 1-on-3 offensively. Doesn't have the quick moves to get those feet chomping.
So Terrence was robbed there at point-blank range. Here's O'Connor again. He scores, and the power play goal. And a tense spot tonight for the Black Wolves. They lead 10-7.
And that's the 3rd power play goal for New England. That 5-on-3 is just so difficult with 4 shooters just teeing off. O'Connor gets to step in, have that dead center look. That's tough for any player to face down if you're a goalie.
Second goal tonight for Riley O'Connor. Going stride for stride with his teammate Joe Resetarits, who also has 2. Crawford has a hat trick tonight as well for New England.
And this is where Woodall versus Nardella now it becomes even more important to get these offensive possessions. So Woodall getting an important win right there, and look for the Riptide to try to push all transition opportunities, although there's still plenty of time.
Sooner is denied at point-blank range again by Jamison. O'Connor has it here, still man up with Radzowitz in the box for New York.
And with that goal, that releases one of the penalties, but not both of the penalties. So that's why you're seeing 5-on-4 opportunity.
Yep, Kelly came off. It's Crawford behind the back on this left-hand side. Good spin move there by Resetarits. Crawford over the top. It deflected off of Wagner's stick and the shot clock violation. And Wagner will not be in any hurry here trying to kill off the penalty with under 6 minutes to go in regulation. At one point it was Jean-Luc Jetner, McCardle, and also Travis Longboat giving this New York team a healthy lead. They were great in transition. Noah Abrams had a terrific start tonight, but since the break, especially in that third quarter, it has been all New England if you're just joining us. Shot is high there by Connor Kelly, and a chance the opposite way here on the man up for New England. Crawford out of the front door, good pass inside, and Creighton Reed was denied by Abrams, still picked up here by New England.
And that's the second time, so Miles Jones, I think when they're watching film, they're going to say, hey Miles, you got to look to that bench first, get in first, protect that deep part of the defense, and then you can work your way back out. So just an area of improvement that will continue to develop over the year.
And another goal here for New England, and it's Joe Resetarits with the hat trick tonight. It is now 11-7 on that power play goal.
And that's one of those right as the power play is expiring. That's kind of one of the more dangerous times. It's hard. You're trying to get matched up. You're still in that box, so you're not officially 5-on-5 there. So nice job by Resetarits as they skip that through. They're still trying to find those matchups, and Bomberry's just helping in a little bit too much to get back out to that shot. He's able to put it away.
New England has now scored 3 of the last 4 goals. And again, hat tricks tonight for Resetarits and also Crawford in the game, the 3-time All-Pro second-team player. And that will take us to our final media timeout of the game. With 4:59 to go in regulation, the Black Wolves, just a half game behind the Philadelphia Wings, are rolling on the road. Now time for the play of the game presented by Geico, and it's that seal and slip with Gibson leading to Travis Longboat's second goal tonight.
Yeah, finding that seam, using the aggression of the Black Wolves defense, jumping out and double teaming the ball carrier. That gives him a little sliver of hope. He catches it, beautiful finish inside. Something they've tried to go back to and just hasn't been as successful in the second half as it was in the first.
And Mitch, if you have dissected the trajectory of this team, Travis Longboat's addition has been advantageous for this group.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where he was very hot early. I think he's gotten a little bit worn down as the game goes on. He's not the biggest player, so throwing his body around, that takes a toll on you after 60 minutes here.
Good spin move there by Durston. Looks like his foot may have been in the crease. Nonetheless, Suter was there. Here comes New York the opposite way, down by 4. Wagner, diagonal pass, and the shot was denied by Doug Jamieson. Jamieson has been successful really all night long, stemming from, in particular, the second half as New England was enjoying that 6-0 run. But he really was toe for toe. In fact, was the Saints leader, a +4 advantage over Noah Abrams, 21-17 at halftime.
Yeah, both goalies have played phenomenal tonight. I don't think you can credit either of them with reasons for these goals going in. Every goal that's gone in has been a pretty good opportunity.
2v1, and Wagner went high. He had Miles Jones on the left-hand side. O'Connor was there. Again, it looks like an interference call.
I think that's going to be an early sub there.
Okay, early substitution call, so they will be going to the box again. Coming up on NLL Postgame Live, highlights and analysis of this matchup here as we'll look ahead and continue this Week 14 slate. 6 games tomorrow, including New York at Rochester. It's the start of a back-to-back for Reggie Thorpe's team. Halifax will battle Buffalo. Toronto going up against the Rush. Philadelphia against Colorado. That's a huge game as well. San Diego against Calgary, and Georgia playing Vancouver. This New England team will also be hosting Halifax on Sunday to bookend Week 14. Ishimura's in the box with a man up here for New York.
They're 1 for 3 tonight on the power play. This is a unit that they need to continue to get these reps to get better, because you want to be at that 50% or better mark with the advantage.
That right skip pass, looking for Lomas again. Jamieson stood his ground towards that short side of the pipe. 3:30 to go in regulation as it goes out to Watkinson. Watkinson, watch him fly past Fournier, and he lost it in stride.
He is a speedster. Yeah. He can, like you said, he can fly out there, but they've done a really nice job of containing him and taking the ball away and really making him pay every time he's tried to push the ball in transition.
Kelly out there as well for the New York Riptide. Gibson is at the top here. Travis Longboat. Then a Connor Kelly. Kelly for the top shot there. Denied by Jamison. Will look for the outlet. Will find his man, but he couldn't cradle it here. Gibson can't get it past Tony Malcolm, who regains the possession over to Reed. Reed down low to Crawford, who scoops it up past Suter. Also helping out is Radigan. Wagner has the last touch on it. 40 seconds to go on the man up here for New York. I want to see them continue to be successful on the power plays moving forward throughout their expansion season. On this right, Shetner. Kelly, Gibson, Shetner again, looking for Longboat. Give up the hat trick. The first career hat trick for Travis Longboat. It's 11-8.
And that was just simple ball movement, continuing to find those passes, those skip lanes, get the defense moving, get the goalie moving. They skip it through to the backside. You're taught from a very young age in transition in lacrosse, you want to give up the adjacent passes, that's the man next to you, and take away those skips, which is when it goes from one side of the floor all the way to the other. And just an absolute beautiful pass and beautiful finish there by Travis Longboat.
Could that be the catalyst for this comeback tonight? Plenty of time to go, 2:23 in regulation. New York down by 3.
You know, with 30-second shot clock and about 2.5 minutes to go, that's a good 4 or 5 possessions here that the Riptide are going to have. They score on each of those possessions. They're right there.
It's a big hit towards the corner there, and it is won by New England. Watkinson again helped out. Crawford has it on the offensive side. Once again, congratulations to Longboat with that first career hat trick tonight. LeBlanc swims around one man, has Q behind him if he needs him. Now we'll go up top to Q on this high right wing. Crawford dishing it over to the left. O'Connor running middle, he scores! Big goal for Riley O'Connor. Nearly the nail in the coffin with 1:48 to go. It's 12-8 New England.
And again, this is where you can see the Riptide's inexperience there. Alex Woodall was in the middle. You see that pick get set. He's coming down, trying to play him. He needs to follow Riley O'Connor all the way up there. And as that pick's being set, he needs to meet him right away. Just that 1 or 2 yards, it's just too late. So you really got to follow your man as he goes to set that pick and be physical, so that way he can't set it and get that push off to get a run at the net.
Third hat trick on this New England team as O'Connor gets his 17th of the 2019-2020 season. 1:45 to go. Jones couldn't carry that. Jankowski and others are there for New England. It's a New England team, Mitch, that made a lot of adjustments from half number 1 to half number 2 and have really controlled the game. And you said it, the trouble has been for New York in the third quarter this year. The opposite way, Dan McCray was robbed once there. Wagner has it right at the crease. Trying to bang that home. He cannot. What's been the story in the third quarter for the Riptide this season?
I think really, and it's funny, we talked about this a few weeks ago with Reggie. They wanted to come out early at halftime so they could get some reps in because he felt like they came out a little flat in those third quarters. They didn't do that tonight, and sometimes it's tough because you're limited by the things that teams are doing in terms of fan entertainment, but I like that idea of coming out and doing a few 2-on-2s, some 5-on-5s to get the legs moving right after halftime and get excited about that game, because that's really where they've struggled, is in that second and third quarter.
Q trying to get the loose ball. Instead, it's Miles Jones here with 50 seconds to go in regulation. Jones has had a good display tonight. Good pass down low there. Connor Kelly, 40 seconds to go down. It's a New York Riptide team that will go to Rochester tomorrow on the back end of a back-to-back. New England is hosting Halifax on Sunday. On this right-hand side, McCardle, that hit the play. It's carried in there by Watkinson with a long outlet down the length of the floor. But Radigan gobbles it up. It's a 6-on-5 as Abrams ran off. A shot there denied again by Doug Jamison. That's also been the story defensively, and will stay on this end with New York. McCardle on the right. Behind the back, nifty work there by the New York Riptide, but Gibson couldn't pounce on the opportunity. 2 seconds to go, and that will do it tonight from Nassau Coliseum. What a second-half surge by the New England Black Wolves. They have won 2 straight and take it tonight 12-8 over the New York Riptide.
And the Riptide, they showed some really good things. Offensively, they had a big jump in their step in that first half. Defensively, I thought they shut down one of the most dangerous scorers at a lot of times, but ultimately it's those little mistakes and teams that are so good in this league that can capitalize, like the New England Black Wolves are, on those little mistakes. That's where when they start to add up like they did in that third quarter, it just becomes too much with too little time to go.
A big night for Doug Jamieson and company. NLL Postgame Live is coming up on the other side. 12-8, New England wins it over the New York Riptide. Stay with us. A great night for Alex Woodall in the face-off circle, duking it out with Joe Nardella this evening, but his team falls by 4 to New England. Downstairs to Danny Wexelman with Callum Crawford.
Thanks, Dave. Callum, just your third road game of this season. How do you keep your composure coming out in the second against a hungry New York team?
We didn't play well in the first half, and, you know, it's competitive nature. You don't want to suck, and I thought we sucked in the first half, and I think everybody took that to heart and wanted to come out and be a lot better.
Both goaltenders very strong tonight. Goa Abrams made his first start of this season. You had a hat trick, but how tough did he make it for your team?
Yeah, he's a great goalie. I got to play with him back in Buffalo when he first came to the league. Great young goalie. He's got a bright future ahead of him, and obviously Dougie is incredible.
You're a mentor to Ryan Fournier, who plays for New York. How important is it to you to give back to the game, pay it forward?
I don't know if I'm a mentor anymore versus, you know, really close friend, but he's one of the first kids I ever coached, and, you know, he's a great young man. He's doing some great things, and I get to poke a little fun at him after this one.
Yeah, you have bragging rights now, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Callum, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Dave.
Thanks, Danny, and so does New England, improving to 6-3 on the season. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this East Division tussle. We begin here, Mitch, with the play of the New York Riptide, who had a fantastic start to this one.
Yeah, they came out hot, firing on all cylinders. They really did a nice job of moving the ball, finding those quick seams, and slipping into those little dirty areas, as Coach Thorpe calls them, that allowed them to have some success. You can see Dan Lomas finding a back and opening up, getting to the inside. But then it was the second half. The New England defense really tightened up, and Callum Crawford showed why he's one of the top scorers in the NLL, as he was able to put a few away on the power play. Picking up those rebound goals. Didn't matter whether it was clean or whether it was dirty. He was able to put the team on his back and really led the way with 3 goals and 5 assists.
Yeah, 10 second half goals, Mitch, by this New England Black Wolves teams. It was started by Joe Resetarits in the tail end of the first half that made it a 5-4 game. You take a look at the final totals here. Shots a +3 in favor of New York. Power plays were nearly identical. New England, though, wins the loose ball.
Yeah, the loose ball battle is a big one, especially on those second chance opportunities that can lead to your defense getting a little bit more fatigued or maybe transition going the other direction. So ultimately a 4-goal differential. It's about those little things, those little plays that you need to make in between the lines, and New England Black Wolves were able to make those tonight.
New England improves to 6-3. And New York will fall to 1-10 on the expansion season. For our producer, Scott Solotaro, our statistician, Dan Severino, Mitch Bile, Danny Wexelman, and our entire MSG crew, this is Dave Leto saying thanks so much for watching. Join us on Saturday, March 7th at 7 when the Riptide host the Georgia Swarm live on MSG, and visit NLL.com for the latest and an all-access pass to the NLL. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.
You have been watching a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.